Hi there, it's Sam from pootles.co.uk. Thank you very much for joining me today. Today's project is this one. It's a Pocketful of Happiness card with a little pocket. And it says, may your birthday bloom with happiness. And I love this. Now, I did buy the old pocket dies, but I never used them because I wasn't ever keen on the stamp set. And I thought, oh, I could do something with that. I never did. And then when this one came out in this catalogue, I was a happy girl because I can put them together, which is exactly what I'm going to do today. So this is smoky slate with smoky slate paper, a smoky slate dove, purple posy flowers, and then, I don't remember actually, soft sea foam, I think, leaves. And I'm doing a very slight variation in terms of background colour, but then quite bright. So let me get stamping first. I've got grey granite here. Got a piece of cardstock in half and score it in half and burnish. And then a piece of matching designer series paper, 1/2 centimetre shorter and narrower, about 1/8 of an inch shorter and narrower. That's going to sit on the front. And make sure your script is the right way up. Ask me how I know. Okay, so let's grab our pocket full of dies. Pocket full of dies, pocket full of happiness. I just love it, it's beautiful. What I've got for the inner panel a piece of cardstock that's 2 3/8 by 3 1/4, so 6 by 8 1/4 centimetres. I didn't want it to go down too far. Actually what I did was I measured up the space of the die and went with that to get my little pocket inner. So I'm going to get a block and line up my flower. Get my memento. And stamp the top of this. There we go, so that's on there. And then I'm looking for, in my scraps pile, no, that's not really big enough. Oh, here we go. I want a bigger piece of card because it's got to be bigger than the stamp because the die is bigger. Okay, let's get another block out. Oh. Helps when you put your stamp on the block the right way round. Oh, for goodness sake. Don't think I've ever done that before. Okay, so that on there, I'm just going to hack this off so that it goes through my die cutter. So these are the pocket framelets. And this is the one I want. So as you can see, it's got to be bigger than the stamp set. Okay, let's get some stuff going on. So magnetic platform, clear plate, cardstock, die, and another plate over the top. I'm going to run that all through. And that has popped out beautifully. Okay. Put that lot on the floor. Now it is scored. It's not particularly easy to see, and so you might, as I'm going to have to do, reinforce that score line because you do need to fold. I mean, I probably could have done it if I'd have put a shim in and sent it through my big shot that way, but I didn't, so. And not everybody would, and you might have done a beautiful stamp and then cut it and gone, oh, it needs to be more burnished. This is a simpler way to do it. And like I say, there are score lines, but they weren't deep enough for me, and now they are. Like that. Okay. Oh, I need to stamp in the middle. A little treat to brighten your day, I think, for this one. Block, line up the block on your grid paper, line your stamp on little block. Line up the paper. Little treat to brighten your day. How lovely. Right, let's get colouring. So, this time round I have got the Flirty Flamingo pear for my flowers. I've gone for Granny Apple Green for the leaves. I don't know if that's going to work or not. I'm not sure. Grey Granite for the dove and my light crumb cake, but I think I want to go for my dark one actually for the branches. Okay, let's zoom in so you can see what I'm doing. Right, so I'm going to come in with my light one first on this flower here. And then the dark, and I'm following really just that bit there, not scientific at all. The reason I show blends done like this is that I don't want to frighten anybody off from using them, because there are the most amazing videos out there using alcohol markers, and not, you know, not just blends, but using alcohol markers, and they look scary to me. So I don't want to put anybody off, and so I just want to show just how easy it is. And the thing with blends is that they're alcohol markers and they do the hard work for you. They blend. You don't have to do the blend thing. It's doing it for you, because everything is just going to sort of seep and go like that. My son, who's a remarkable artist, he does the most incredible blends work, but that scares me, what he does. I'm just like, Jack, I can't do that. And he's like, yeah, you can, Mum. And I'm like, no, I can't. And so he goes, okay, you can't. But I think it can be quite intimidating when they're and like I say, oh my goodness, I watched a video and I don't know what kind of markers it was. It wasn't ours, it was another set of markers. And the video was incredible, and the detail and the shimmer and shine on this girl's hair, which was the stamped image, and I just thought it would take me 5 years to do that. But actually, I think I get a pretty good result from this. So I'm taking the scare factor away. You see that first flower? The blends has done the work for me. You do have to be patient. I mean, don't expect the result instantly. But a few minutes. So there's my pinks, my Flirty Flamingos. I think that's all my flowery bits. I'm going to do my dove now. Is that the light one? That's the light one. And the other thing to think about with blends is when you've got a stamped image that's slightly more than just an outline, i.e., you know, we've got the wing detail here, use that as your guide for where you might want to put darker shades. Okay, let's get some leaves in. Is this the light or the dark? Oh, it's the light. So I'm going to do my leaves. I just realised I haven't done the inside of that little pop-out pocket bit at all. I'm going to do that again in a minute. I did a video a few weeks ago using blends, but I was using them more like colouring in markers, because the colour sort of settles itself down to the perfect layer. I liken it, I'm using the small tip here, I liken it a bit like self-leveling floor stuff, because it will find the lowest level and settle there. So again, I'm just using the lines that are on these leaves already. I'm going to come back in with the light one again. And then finally, the dark crumb cake. For these branches. Oops, I think that might have been a leaf. Oh well. It's not anymore. It's a branch now. Nearly done. How lovely is that? And I haven't had to do half the work. So let me swap this one in and quickly do this. So while I've got this one in my hand, those are probably meant to be green, aren't they? Oh well, it's okay. I'll make them crumb cake. Very pretty. I would be going and having a hunt around, oh wrong one, on the internet to have a look at other blends. Is that is like Granny Apple Green. I looked for all the world like that was Old Olive for a second then. But yeah, go and have a look. There's lots of videos out there. I've done a bunch. There are some very clever detailed ones, so do go and look at those too. There we go, right. Okay, so last thing, a little clip which I did have, oh there it is, one of the teeny tiny mini binder clips into the middle there, and then this needs to be folded up, so fold it and burnish each of the tabs. Okay, and then I found, I used mini glue dots, but you could use tear and tape. Let's have a bash of the tear and tape and see what happens, because it will fold over on itself. And because the tear and tape is far too wide for this, but oh, I haven't zoomed out. Forgetting to press record, always useful. I peeled off the backing of everything and folded it all over so that it would stick down. So now fold up the bottom ones to get those two in place and lined up where you want it to be. So they're in place, and then bring those two round and lay it down and press firmly. Then you can slide in. And it just sits out like that. How cute. I love it. Love these cards. Love the look. Absolutely adore the stamp set. Anyway, thank you ever so much for joining me. Hope to speak to you very soon. Bye.